Hi, I'm Richard. I'm answering the questions.
Hi, I'm Justina. I'm asking the questions.
In this English language learning video, you can do 3 things. Number 1, you can practice your listening skills. Can you understand the questions? And can you understand my answers? Number 2, you can practice your reading skills. Read the questions. Read the answers. Number 3, you can practice your speaking skills. Pause the video after my answers and you give your answer. The questions range from A1 beginner level all the way up to C2 proficient level. And the topic is places. Justina, let's start.
A1, beginner. Where do you live?
I live in the southeast of England.
Do you live in a house or an apartment?
I live in a house.
How many rooms are there?
There are 4 bedrooms.
Which is your favorite room?
My favourite room is the kitchen. It's a very social room where my family eat together and talk together.
A2, pre-intermediate. Do you like your hometown? Why?
Yes, I do. My hometown is near the beach, and the beach is a lovely place to go for long walks.
What do you like about your house or apartment?
I like my house because it's in a safe and friendly neighbourhood.
Have you ever been on an exciting holiday?
Yes, I have. Last year I visited Japan with my family. It was a really exciting and unforgettable trip.
Where do you want to go on holiday in the future?
I'd love to visit more countries in Asia. South Korea is definitely on my bucket list.
B1, intermediate. What do you like or dislike about where you live?
I really like the location of my hometown because it's near the coast and near the countryside. I don't like the weather in England because it's often very grey and it rains a lot.
Tell me about your last holiday.
My last holiday was in Japan. I visited Japan with my family in December last year. We had a week in the capital city, Tokyo.
Have you ever been on an exciting trip abroad?
Yes, I have. I've been on many exciting trips abroad. Probably the most exciting trip I've ever been on was a trip to New York with my wife.
Where would you like to visit in the future if you could go anywhere?
If I could go anywhere, I would visit more countries in Asia. For example, South Korea. South Korea is a country that really fascinates me and I'd love to go there.
B2, upper intermediate. What's the most interesting place you have ever visited and why?
I think the most interesting place that I've ever visited is Tokyo in Japan, just because the culture is so different to England. The food is incredible and delicious and the toilets are spotless. They're so clean. I experienced lots of culture shock when I was in Japan.
What would you like to do on your next holiday?
On my next holiday, I would love to go to Korea, South Korea, and I would love to do lots of sightseeing and of course lots of eating, tasting the local dishes and delicacies that South Korea and its capital city, Seoul, have to offer.
Do you prefer traveling with friends or with family and why?
I think I prefer travelling with my family because it's fine travelling on your own. You know, you can learn independence, you can have lots of really interesting and exciting experiences meeting new people, but travelling with your family means you can share your unforgettable and memorable travel experiences with others. And my family are the perfect people to share those memories with.
Does solo travel appeal? Why or why not?
I travelled on my own when I was younger. I travelled around South America for a couple of weeks. I really enjoyed it. I was in my early 20s and it was an amazing experience. But I think now, at this stage in my life, I would always prefer to travel with someone else, preferably with my family.
C1. Advanced. Does living in the middle of nowhere appeal to you? Why or why not?
To be honest, it doesn't appeal to me. I like my creature comforts. I like to have a supermarket nearby. I like to have a cinema nearby. I like to have shops nearby. And most importantly, I like to have a coffee shop nearby where I can buy a coffee. So no, I need my amenities close to me.
What impact on a city do new housing developments have?
Well, of course, new housing developments bring lots of new people. This has positives and it has negatives for a town. Of course, one negative would be an increase in traffic because more people equals more cars, and more cars means more traffic and more traffic jams.
Are package holidays a good or bad idea? What are the pros and cons?
I think the pros of a package holiday are obviously that everything is arranged for you, so it takes the stress out of going on holiday. I think the cons are because everything is pre-packaged and kind of one size fits all, the trips that you do, they're not really tailored to you and your interests, because if you arrange things on your own, you can make sure that you're doing all of the things that you really, really want to do.
How can tourism have a positive and negative impact on local communities?
So I think tourism can have a negative impact by bringing lots of noise, obviously lots of people who bring rubbish with them, pollution as well. I think it has positives in the fact that it would inject money. So tourism brings money into a local community, but you would hope that the infrastructure takes into account the local community and involves them in the tourism so that the local community are making money from tourism as well.
C2. Proficiency. Would you ever consider moving to a totally new country? What would you miss about your country?
Yes, I would. I would love to move to a totally new country. It sounds very exciting. However, I would definitely miss my family, my parents, and probably I'd miss lots of things about my home country, about England, like the food, but I wouldn't miss the weather.
What is the social infrastructure like within the region you live in?
The social infrastructure within the region I live in is excellent, with very good healthcare, with excellent transport links, very good schooling. I think I'm very lucky. Yeah, the social infrastructure is very, very good.
Do you think regenerative tourism works? Why or why not?
I don't know a great deal about regenerative tourism, but I think it's very, very important that tourism gives back to the local communities that they are situated in. I think it's very important that tourists are encouraged, for example, to eat local cuisine cooked by local people and buy produce and buy products that are sold by the local community.
Do you travel with sustainability in mind?
Sustain a what? No, I'm joking. To be honest, I don't know a great deal about sustainability in terms of travel.
If you hadn't gone to Tokyo for your last holiday, where would you have gone and why?
Oh, third conditional. I like it. If I hadn't gone to Tokyo for my last holiday, I probably would have gone to Chile in South America. I would have gone to Chile to do some incredible stargazing because my son, my middle son, is really interested in space and the stars and astronomy. That's the end of the video. Practicing your listening skills, your reading skills, and maybe your speaking skills. Did you pause the video after my answers? And did you try to answer the questions yourself? What level did you reach until you started to struggle with your understanding? Let me know in the comments. Justyna, thank you very much for reading the questions.
My pleasure.
If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, The Grammar Goat English Academy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next English lesson.